I am fucking happy. I am speechless, and I cannot believe it. Trying to be somewhat quiet right now because it is 12:30 a.m. But I am on a high right now. Okay, this is just incredible. I am a somewhat newer Raider fan. Okay, I didn't even get to watch them. Well, I watched the Super Bowl in 2002. So this whole making it to the playoffs thing is fucking extremely new to me. What a wonderful fucking feeling. I can't imagine. What a game. What a fucking game. We were up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter with like, what, 5, 6 minutes left. I thought it was in the fucking bag. I thought we had it. Then the Chargers fucking come back and that fucking a touchdown with 2 seconds left. I literally couldn't believe it. I thought it was fucking over from there. I thought the whole game was over. Typical fashion. I thought we blew it again. Somehow, some way we held on. I'll tell you what though, the ending of that game, once we went into overtime, that's when I was completely on the conspiracy train that there was a handshake. Let's just tie this thing. I really did. Thank you, Brandon Staley, for calling that timeout with like fucking what, like 17 or there was like 30 seconds left or some shit there in overtime. Oh, what a game! I'm pretty much speechless. And I mean, I'm looking at everything. I'm fucking. I wrote down, and it's just to be honest with you, right now, fuck it. It doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter. We're in the playoffs, baby. This fucking Saturday, we get to face the Bengals again. I cannot believe it. Oh, I guess we'll talk about. I'm speechless right now. Well, I guess we'll talk about the game a little bit. Came out hot. Came out fucking hot again. Um, and I had it written down. Literally, the first thing I wrote. We came out hot on both sides of the ball. Um, hopefully, we can capitalize on it. We did a little bit, not as much as I'd hope. I think we ended up kicking what, like 4 or 5 field goals that game. Thank God we made them all, but we could have easily had this game put away in like the first or second quarter, or at least close to it. We didn't really hit enough in the red zone, and once we got into their territory, like the offense just broke down. The lack of a number one wide receiver, even when Darren Waller is like at 110%, the lack of a real like number one wide receiver on the outside who can consistently like contest catches and play really well in 50-50 balls hurts this offense in my opinion. Um, Still have no fucking idea why we're not using Deshaun Jackson that much. I have it written down twice here. It pisses me off that we're giving Zay Jones anything beyond 5 yards. He's just too inconsistent. Now, he made a hell of a fucking catch in overtime right there. Don't get me wrong. But he's just way too fucking inconsistent. But anything before like 5 yards and under, he's pretty fucking good on because he's good at yards after catch. So I would give him those. But once you start getting over 5 yards, especially on deep balls, I don't trust him. I really I don't, and I don't think Carr trusts him 100% either with those. Um, looking at this like the fucking our. I guess let's just go ahead and fucking talk about it. We're in the. I mean, Rich brought us to the playoffs, and I'll say it. I'm probably his number one hater. Um, there's a fucking lot in me that still doesn't want him as our head coach moving forward. Like in all honesty, and that might be completely wrong, and it might be fucked up to say at this point. But regardless of if he comes back or not, I honestly I think we should get rid of Greg Olson. I really do. That might be. I don't think there's a whole lot of people who would call that crazy. Now, will it happen if he's retained? No. But his play calling is fucking awful. And it is. And I don't think it's a lack of talent in like playmakers. This the scheme itself, like I know he's in Gruden's scheme and he's calling his own plays, but it's just not. I don't know, like he's obviously not calling plays for guys to get open unless it's Renfro, doing triple and double moves, or Waller just using his fucking size and speed to get open. Like Jones can't get open, Edwards can't get open. Um, there's just nothing like designed to get other guys open, and I still do not fucking understand why Jackson's not in there, or we're not like getting him the ball more. Like I know there's probably some fucking reason for it, and guys who get the all 22 will probably tell me, but like we brought him in specifically to be kind of like, you know, a softened version of Ruggs since he's gone. And we just don't fucking use him. Like I don't know if he's not as fast or he's not as good as a route runner or if his hands aren't like I don't know what the issue is, but he needs to fucking be in there. I mean, in the playoffs, like we have to use him. We have to stretch the field, and I think there was even a point that everyone in America just watched, and they even pointed out on TV where the Chargers defense was like virtually playing everyone in the box. Like they didn't have anyone deep there towards the end. And you're fucking telling me you can't just put Jackson there somewhere and send him on a go route? I don't know. I don't know. He's there to be our burner, but we're still like tossing those balls up to Jones, and he's just way too fucking inconsistent for me to really believe in him. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way too. Before, if there's any Chargers fans who listen to this, the refs were absolutely on our side tonight. I will be the first one to admit that. I mean, we have to play that side when it happens. Usually they're not. They're really not. Usually we're the ones who get fucked a lot, but we were not. Like they gave us a lot of calls today. They missed on a lot of holding calls that we had today on offense that they just didn't throw the flag on. And don't get me wrong, they missed some calls for the Chargers and they gave them some, but that was fucking one-sided on our side. So take it when we get it, admit it, and let's fucking move on to next week. That's all we got to do. And of course, I need to highlight the one play in the second quarter, the 24-yard run by Jalen Richard on 3rd and 23. 3rd and 23, and this motherfucker runs a draw play for 24 yards. No one saw that shit coming. That was, in my opinion, probably the biggest game-changing play in the whole thing. I mean, it really was. There's a few others that come close, like even just the pass interference on Zay Jones, like in the end zone, which was very fucking questionable. But that run, I mean, that was a huge fucking game-changing play. The offensive line actually blocked that one well, and we got it. I mean, it was awesome. But I guess let's talk a little bit about the negatives because, of course, there was fucking negatives, right? It's our team. We have a lot of holes everywhere. I think the most irritating thing is that our defense was basically keeping us in the game somewhat. You know what I mean? Like, of course, the Chargers kind of crawled back, but they kept the bleeding down to a minimum, but our offense just couldn't fucking capitalize. Like, we had 4 or 5 field goals. I can't remember. I should probably just look it up real quick. But, I mean, that was just insane how we couldn't we couldn't get touchdowns in the red zone. And there was at least 2 to 3 trips in there that we just couldn't fucking capitalize on. And it's insane. All we needed was one of those to turn into a touchdown, and this is a completely different game. We're not having the same conversation that we're having now. That was hard to see, and I still think that comes down to not having a true number one wide receiver. I know we got Darren Waller in there, and he's as best as a substitute as you can have to that, if not as close to the same thing. But it's just not. When you don't have a true guy who can consistently make 50-50 balls on the outside, your offense becomes somewhat limited, and that's just a fucking fact. And it's been this way for even when Ruggs was in the offense. For as how good and how dynamic our offense was with him in it, and how much limited our playbook is now, if we had a true big-bodied number one wide receiver, this offense would be completely fucking different. Hopefully, we can somehow get Devontae Adams next year. That'd be huge, I think. But we have a lot of other holes, like our offensive line. Fucking, at some point, such a weird unit, because I would say, in my opinion, 80 to 90% of the time, they are fucking shit. And I mean terrible. There was that one sack where fucking 42 on the Chargers went unblocked. Unfucking blocked. And just got to him. There's running plays where right as soon as Carr hands it off, Jacobs is literally touched. And like, that sucks to see. But if that happened just like once a game, you can chalk that up to, well, the defense read it well and played it well. Perfect storm. But it happens pretty fucking frequently. And you just can't have that. Not consistently. Like, that group needs an overhaul. Like bad. The left guard, because even if Incognito was in there, it still wouldn't be that great of a fucking unit. He's just too old. He you know what I mean? Like, everyone forgets he's even still on the team technically. Alex Leatherwood, I still don't have a ton of faith of him, but they're probably not going to replace him. Like, he's still going to be there, so the right tackle needs to be fucking addressed. So hopefully next year we'll have a new left guard and a new right tackle, and because Colton Miller is good, Andre James I don't like, but he's okay. Like, he has definitely progressed this year. If you go back and listen to the first couple week episodes of this, I continuously shit on him because he wasn't good. His snap was ugly, but he has gotten a lot better. So at least he's making improvements. So we have two, we'll at least say, good offensive linemen. And as the old saying goes, you at least need three. If you have three good offensive linemen, you can make shit happen. You can make things work. So let's fucking hope and pray we get a really good left guard, either in the draft or through free agency next year, and just fucking stick with the left side and just have the right side be the panic side. Hopefully. The run defense is fucking terrible most of the time. The interior defensive line, even though Darius went huge today, made a few plays, Quentin Jefferson made a few plays, the run defense, especially on the inside, just is, they're the type of team that's going to lose you games against a good running team. And that's just kind of a fact because we've already seen it this year and it's been a problem. And it sucks to keep bringing it up, but it's so fucking glaring sometimes. In this game, I think a lot of people, myself included, are going to kind of tout the defense as playing really well today, which they did, but the Chargers dropped so many fucking balls today. I wish I had a stat on how many they dropped, but they dropped balls consistently, very fucking consistently. We got lucky, but even so, how fucking stupid was that? My heart went through so much shit tonight because we would stop them on first down, stop them on second, stop them on third, or get a sack, and it's like 3rd and 10 and 3rd and 12, and then now all of a sudden it's 4th down, and they got every fucking one. I think they only missed one 4th down today, and they went for like 7. That was so fucking irritating to watch. because we would stop them perfectly, or their players would drop catches, and then it's a 15-yard fucking catch on fourth down. And that was just happening over and over again. And it was just fucking rough. That was rough. I mean, there's really not much else other to say about this game. I mean, I can't really think straight. I am so fucking elated right now. I'm so happy. We're in the fucking offs, man. We're in the playoffs, okay? We've been invited to the ball. Regardless of what happens, we could get fucking blown out next week. I mean, just fucking dog walk next week, and it would suck to see. But we fucking made it to the dance, regardless of everything that's fucking happened this year. Regardless of the ups, regardless of the downs, all the fucked up shit that's happened to us, we still made it to the playoffs, and that's all we hoped for all fucking year, was to at least make it here, and we did. So once again, for as much as I really don't like Rich Pistachio, fucking shout out to him. He deserves this. You've got a week to prepare for the Bengals, a team in which we got fucking stomped in that game versus them. We lost 32-13 when we last played them, and I think we were at home. We were. So, I don't know. That one's gonna be rough because I think we got to travel to Ohio. So that one's not looking good. We'll see though. But either way, as you can see on the screen, I'm still terrible at betting. But I did what I said I was going to do, and I bet the Chargers against the spread, and the Raiders won. I am going to bet the Bengals against the spread next week, and just continue the tradition because I'm so fucking bad at gambling. The reverse happens. I've got to say, I was pretty fucking good at the start of the year. Pretty fucking good. And it just got worse and worse and worse. But in my defense, how does the Packers fucking lose against the Lions like that? I did not think the Browns were even going to fucking try this week at all. The Chargers was hoping to lose that one, so fuck it. And then the Eagles, like that, I figured with them with 7 points, plus 7 points, like they'd keep it somewhat close against the Cowboys, and they just fucking did not. So that one was really rough. Really fucking rough. But put in the comments down below how fucking excited you are, how happy you are. And without seeing anything next week, do you think we should keep Rich? Do you think we should keep Mayock? Do you think there's any personnel we should get rid of? Like it, subscribe. Remember to go to Fat Cave Studio on YouTube and Twitch. Remember to follow me on Twitter. And if you're still listening, which I don't think anyone is, but if you are, I came out, and I know this is going to date this video, but it's kind of a weekly video anyway, so fuck it. I just came out with a new series called Dylan Will Do It. I'll have a new episode this week at some point. Please go check that out. And let's just fucking prepare for the playoffs, boys. I'm getting another bag of wings this week. 2 weeks in a row I've had fucking wings, and we've won. I'm going to keep it up. Going to keep that shit up. Find your superstitions at work and keep fucking doing them. That's all we can do as fans. I will see y'all next week.